You're experiencing People Power with Jerry Dimmitt.
I don't care. I just seem to tee people off. I'm not going to do that, though, this time. Well, maybe a little bit. There was a joke. In fact, it's the only joke I can actually remember that I used to do on the talk shows. I've done it in Los Angeles and Seattle. And each time the producers would say, "Don't ever tell that joke again, Dimmitt." But then I would promise I would never tell it again. And producers, as they came and left, would always pass it along. Sage advice: whatever you do, don't let Dimmitt tell that pig joke. And now I'm on YouTube. No producer. Uncontrolled. Already, one subscriber has canceled. But I'm a man who knows no fear. So I'm going to tell you the pig joke. I'm driving down a road. It's in the country. I see a farmhouse. It has cows. There's a sign that says, "All cows here have taken anger management." I stop. I look and see a pig. I notice that the pig has a wooden leg. So I go to the farmer and I say, "Old man farmer," he was even older than I, "why does that pig have a wooden leg?" And the farmer looked very carefully at me. And he said, "That's a fine pig there. Let me tell you about that pig. The other day our smoke alarm, short-circuited, caught the house on fire. And that there pig jumped over that 6-foot fence, ran up the stairs, grabbed a fire extinguisher in his mouth and put the fire out. Then he pulled my 6-year-old daughter out onto the front lawn and gave her mouth-to-mouth resuscitation." I said, that's an amazing story you tell, but why does that pig have a wooden leg?" Let me tell you one more thing about that pig. Just the other day, a politician was here, knocked on the front door. My dog barked. The politician had a heart attack. Fell right there on the porch. That politician might win the election. That pig came running from the back bedroom, put his paws on, and gave mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, and at the same time did that CPR stuff and saved that politician's life. I said, "My God, what a pig! Why does that pig have a wooden leg?" And the farmer looked me right in the eye, and he said, "A fine pig like that, you wouldn't have us eat it all at one time now, would you?" Let's talk a little bit about talk radio. You know, in my life, I've listened to talk shows. I mean, as a program director of a talk radio station, it's your obligation to listen to talk shows. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. And when I did that, it wasn't because I valued listening to the talk show or anything like that. It was listening on a kind of a critical level to give constructive criticism. Just great, if I didn't have to do a talk show on that station, because then I would get all the constructive criticism from all of them. But I'm digressing. There are 3 talk hosts that I truly loved and listened diligently to their programs, and these are the 3. Ira Blue at KGO in San Francisco, way back in the 60s. I had the opportunity of meeting and becoming friends with Ira Blue. It was when I was first here in Portland, Oregon. Ira was a guest on my show one time, and Before the show started, I glanced down at the telephone bank there with all of the calls, and I saw there was like 6 callers. That's a kind of a feeling of security, because there's 6 people that are going to carry this program, even if I don't even do an opening. So Ira's sitting across the table from me, and there's a commercial that's playing. And Ira looks at me real serious, and he said, "What are you going to do with those?" And he pointed at the flashing lights on the telephone. I said, "Well, there are callers, and we'll be talking to them, I'm sure." And Blue looked at me very serious, and he said, No. Clear those lines. They haven't even heard me talk yet." Clear the lines? Strange concept to me. I mean, they were like the security, the lifeline. Blue didn't want anything to do with him, because he wanted to say what he'd come to say, and then maybe he'd talk to the callers. I don't know. It's just kind of a different approach. But he was a legend in San Francisco. The other one that I listened to, and I listened to him for years, was Art Bell, who does a program on Coast to Coast. It's a network in the night, and most anybody who's watching this video can listen to Art Bell, because they're carried on the internet. There's carried on radio stations all over the country and all over the world. Unfortunately, my hero, my favorite talk show host, has just retired. And he's younger than me. Well, I guess I retired too, so I guess that just happens to us as we get older. Art's a person who doesn't play games. What you hear on the radio is who Art really is. There's no facade. There's no phoniness, and you can see this in the audience. And if you're a talk show listener, and I know many of you are, the host is what kind of makes that whole audience come together. And Art's audience was a very intelligent audience, and you can see the changes that have taken place there. And Art's going to truly be missed. I wish there was a way that I could convince him to stay on the radio, but that's an ego thing, because I really enjoy listening to Art. I think he had brilliant guests. He was able to extract the information. He just did it the way it should be done. And I don't think, and maybe some of you can suggest to me somebody, I don't think there's anybody on the radio today that can replace Art Bell, and that's sad. And a lot of the problem, of course, is something that I'm going to be talking much more about, and that is radio today isn't really run by radio people. It's run by people that have agendas. It's run by people that don't recognize talent. That's what made this whole beautiful machine of talk radio work. I went to a garage sale the other day. I'm such a wise shopper. I want to show you what I bought at the garage sale. Look at it. Is a computer, a laptop. It's a Sharp PC 8700. And I thought I was such a shrewd person for buying this laptop computer for a mere, look at this, $3. There's one problem that kind of takes away my shrewdness, and it's right there. I didn't notice when I bought this brilliant computer for $3 that it's lacking a hard drive. So I'm not sure what to do with it. I think it'll add prestige, though. I can put it out in the travel trailer, and when I'm out camping, I can sit and type on it. Not that it would keep anything I typed, but it looks so expensive and so impressive. And I'm not sure, even for all I know, it probably operates with Windows, the original program, and I'm not sure if it's worth even looking to try to find a hard drive for it. Anyone have a suggestion what I should do? Or is it just a fancy doorstop? Anyway, I have many more things to say. Unfortunately, I don't want to make this too long. So that's it for today, if you will excuse me.
Reap, reap, gonna reap the fruit of the